Who? Oh, Tom.
Yeah,
All right, Quincy, guys, he's dealing with his ankle. He's not going to practice today. He's doing a lot better. Eccles will be limited with a hamstring. JFM's limited with his toe. And then Zach will be a full participant in practice today.
So he received medical clearance on his back?
Yeah.
He'll start on Sunday?
If all goes well this week, absolutely, yeah.
How much of a boost is that going to be? I know you don't want to put too much on the quarterback for obvious reasons, but with the issues that you guys are having to tackle right now with those injuries, at least having somebody with Zach's mobility back there.
You know, it's really just exciting for him to get back on the football field. It's been 6 weeks, and you know, there's a lot of different things that have to go around in terms of making sure that we run an efficient offense, from us as coaches to O-line to receivers running routes. Everybody's involved, so it is exciting to get him back out there. But at the same time, it's not all about Zach. It's making sure that we're executing on all cylinders, like as we should every week.
Do you feel like you need to tell him to not try to do too much his first day back, or you just figure let him go?
No, he's in a good mental state. You know, like we've all saw, he had a really nice training camp. He was getting better every day, and so now it's just a matter of him getting out there and getting some game time experience and finding ways to get better every single day. So he's excited. We're all excited for him, but at the same time, it's not about him. It's about making sure that we're all doing our part to make sure that we run an efficient offense.
Robert, how important was it for him to be able to still kind of participate on the field, especially the last couple of weeks, kind of ramping things up rather than having been on IR and?
Yeah, no, the practice aspect of it was very important. Just those little 7-on-7s that we were able to steal throughout the last couple of weeks kept him engaged. He was fully involved in all the walkthroughs in the meetings, and still able to get the extra work in with regards to throwing and putting strain on the knee. So he's very comfortable. He's in a great mental state, and everyone's very comfortable with where he's at physically, and he's ready to roll.
Do you guys have any concern just with the state of your offensive line right now, playing backup tackles, and he's coming off a knee injury? You know, not about his youth, but just about his health. Did that factor in at all? Just saying, you know, did he give you any pause? I guess is the question.
No, his knee it's 100%, and as far as the tackles are going, we got all the faith in the world in the guys that we do have. Max is playing really well. McDermott's played a lot of good football, and it's next man up. So it's just a matter of making sure that everyone does their part, and Zach will be fine back there.
You talked about how you need to rip the Band-Aid off and all that. I guess what's the level of concern about Russ coming out? Because he obviously hasn't played in the game in 6 weeks or whatever it is, and he's just getting into practice this week.
Yeah, he's going to have to feel his way through, but like everything else, you know, the expectation is he comes out and he plays to the best of his ability, and whatever that is, it is, and you'll be proud of it. And then from there, we just find ways to get better. So, like I said, he's going to be one of the ones that you just got to calm down. It's not the Catalina wine mixer. It's an opportunity to get out on the football field, and hopefully this is one of many, many, many opportunities to step on the football field for this organization.
Is there anything that you can do to knock that rust off in practice, or is it just he has to play a game?
He has to play. The best way to play, or the best way to get better at football is play football. You try to simulate. You know, we have our team comps, our different 2-minute competitions. We go against each other. We have our card periods, but at the end of the day, it's playing football.
You mentioned Max playing pretty well right now. I mean, Monday night, Evan Neal was highly touted first-round pick and struggled quite a bit. Max hasn't, and he's not a highly touted player. You guys got him a little bit later on in the draft. I mean, how has he been able to acclimate himself, and what did you guys see on him coming out?
You saw a lot of athleticism, but you just weren't sure from a technical standpoint how he'd respond coming from where he came from. It's just a different world, and to our surprise, he's taken on from a technique standpoint. He's a lot stronger than we thought he'd be, and he's only going to get stronger. You know, I said it in training camp. He's a lot further along than we thought he'd be, and he's going to be a very good player for a very long time. And sometimes they slip. It's hard to evaluate O-linemen nowadays with the way college offenses are constructed. But luckily for us, he's going to be a good one.
Was he a guy that when you saw him, did you see him as long-term starter? Like, is that kind of how you just? I mean, you had to develop him when he was younger, but you saw him as long-term starter.
Yeah. Optimistically, you think everyone you draft and get undrafted is going to be a long-term starter, right? But we initially you thought, okay, he's going to take a year, maybe two, to get his feet under him with regards to technique and strength, and he has just been ascending at a rapid level, which is pretty cool.
The Steelers' pass rush hasn't been the same since Watt went out, but yet they're known for all the exotic pressure packages they throw at quarterbacks. How much of a challenge is it for a guy like Zach, who obviously hasn't seen a lot?
Oh, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge for the protection system to hold up. They still got a lot of good ones now. Hayward's in there. Ogunjobi. They push the pocket. They play very hard. They're relentless in their pursuit for the quarterback, and they do a really good job with their coverage system. They give that D-line a chance to go get the quarterback. So, very experienced team. They've played together for a very, very long time, and they're very efficient in what they do from a down and down out basis. So it's going to be a great challenge for everybody, not just the quarterback.
So what happened with George Fant? I mean, I know you said on Monday that he wasn't a candidate to go on IR, and then he was placed on IR on Tuesday.
I don't know if those were my exact words, but maybe they were. I don't remember. But just going through it, visiting with doctors as part of the evaluation process, they felt like it'd be best for him to just kind of spend these next few weeks trying to rehab and get off the knee and give it a chance to kind of get back his strength. So, per the recommendations of the doctors, that's what we went with.
I apologize if you were asked this on conference call, but with Dwayne Brown, he looked like he was going through it pretty good in the pregame warm-up on Sunday. Like, is he close? I mean, is he somebody you think, once he's eligible to come off the IR, he'll be off the IR in the lineup?
Again, it's going to come down to the doctors. He is working his tail off. He feels really good. He's saying all the right things. He's pushing the limits of his rehab and all that stuff. And next week we get him out in practice, and then from there we'll take it per the recommendation of the doctors and see where he goes. Keep it day to day from there.
You guys signed a few veteran offensive linemen. Obviously, would you anticipate them being able to help out on Sunday, or is it kind of you have to ease them into the?
Well, we'll see. They're two guys that have played a lot of football, right? They've played a lot of games. Obviously, Big Sed is a former first-round pick. Remmers has played a lot of playoff games. I mean, they're experienced guys. They know how to play the game, and so whether it's this week or weeks to come, they're going to end up helping us in one fashion or another. So, really excited to add them to the group.
How was Brees Hall? How's he progressing?
He's progressing just fine. He's an explosive player, gets the ball in his hands and does a lot of good things. And, between him and Michael Carter, we feel like we got a pretty good 1-2 punch in that backfield.
And how is Garrett Wilson's okay?
Yeah, he's good. He's good to go. Yeah.
What is the loss of Quincy, you, Robert, and who steps into that?
So Quan being here, Marcel Harris, both very comfortable with those guys being able to play, and we'll see how this week goes. But he's been playing really well. Quincy's been playing really well. He's an explosive player, still a very young player, and still raw and learning to the game, and felt like he was getting a lot better. So thankfully, we hope that this isn't very long term, but at the same time with Quincy, it's we feel very comfortable with the group that we have to be able to step in and not skip a beat.
Robert, we know that Zach is the future of the organization. You've said that many times. What gives you the confidence, and what do you need to see from him? Maybe not one game, but going forward.
Just for him, it's just get better every day. He attacks every day the way you want him to. He sees the game the right way. He talks about it the right way. He asks the right questions. And for him, it's again, for our entire team, not just him, it's going to come down to confidence. And you gain confidence by preparation and just stepping on the football field and getting your opportunities to make plays and making things happen and creating a good rapport with your receivers and your backs and your tight ends. And you just love everything about him. So there's a lot of faith in him and being able to be the guy. And now it's just a matter of just going out there and doing it.
Well, good. Thanks, everyone.
All right, thanks, guys.